Hello, and welcome to Colin's Drone Fantasies. Today, we will be exploring water and rock and moving objects like vehicles, trucks, cars. So, sit back and relax while we take you on a journey far beyond the scope of your imagination as we visit nature and commune with the now. Water flows, water goes, water knows what water knows. In the rock, a cave to put your sock, a crack to lean on with your back. Rock, rock, water, water. What can we say as we continue on the journey of water, rocks, and moving objects? Truck, truck, car, car, they go where they go. They go in the snow, they go with the flow. But here they drive on dry. Dry is the desert, and the desert is dry. And if you can figure out, I am quite high. Enjoy as we continue the journey of rocks, water, and moving objects. Water, rock, rocks in the water. What has drawn the rock to the water? Why have the rocks chosen to leave their home, their family, their place in the mountain, to seek out and journey toward the water? Rocks in the water. Zoom, zoom, zoom in, zoom, zoom, zoom out. If you fly kind of high, you will find things you'll find out. The water flows, and the rocks know that no matter what, the water will always love the rock. That is why the rock seeks the water. For the rock, the water is God. And for the water, rocks are just rocks. As we continue on with rocks, water, and moving objects. The water is wet, and it will not set in the deserts of this land. The air is hot, and the water will not settle into ice. Although maybe once, twice, thrice in the history of time, the desert water may have stopped by the mighty winds, cold and snow that the heavens decided to drop. From the mountain top, the snow would drop and water would be all around. The air would seem to freeze with water in the air, like snowflakes and hail. So don't be like the snail and travel slow. Oh no, no, no. Be like the water and the rocks, and let the rocks always seek the water. To the rocks' dismay, no matter where they lay, the water flows around them. The ever need of the rock for the water is lost in the bounds of time. Only the banks can contain the water that is for now, and we know how it won't in time somehow. But for now, the water flows in, under, over, and around, never giving the rock the inner love that it so deeply feels that it needs. And this has been the story throughout time. Rocks have tried every way. They have allowed the water to literally pierce holes through their hearts, but yet the water only flows, only starts but never stops. As we continue on with the journey of water, rocks, and moving objects. As you can see, throughout the years and the time and the centuries and the millennia, the rocks have given way so that the water may try to flow to them. Yet there are the rocks, as dry as the sky, and the water just passes by. Day or night, the water flows, and the rocks watch it go. Every now and again, a rock breaks free, as you can see, and it goes toward the water. But many times it rolls only to falter and lie resting for for another eternity, hoping for another event that it may shake free, and finally to the water's edge thee be. Oh, the hope and the faith of the rock for the water, and oh, the water's disdain for the rock. It's a story that you know, because it's been the story of our planet. The dance between the rocks and the water have created and shaped this planet, given it its landscape, given it its own planetary fingerprint. A fingerprint that continues to change over time. 10,000 years from now, these rocks and this water will not be the same, yet they are the same. For rocks and water tend to stay as they are. Oh, how the rock loves the water. And the water doesn't care. What the water doesn't know, because his ego so does flow, and the water believes that it is the soul of the planet. However, one day water will know that without rock, neither would exist. And in deeper study, water would know that rock, the rock that has been trying so hard to get water's attention, the rock will survive long after water has vaporized. Oh water, where will you go? You run to the sea, and to the ocean you go, only to find more of yourself, encapsulated and contained by the rocks themselves. For as deep as your oceans are, wide as your horizons can bend, in the end, rock is always there. And then one day you'll know that the slave is truly the master. By then it shall be too late, because you will only know it in the whispering mists and vapors, in the throes of your death. Such an ungrateful water shall be so completely dry, it will be as if it never existed. So woe to the water, and glory to the rock. Long live the rock. And as the water and the rocks continue their ongoing relationship, so the moving objects have not ceased to move. On and on they travel on the highways and byways built by men. Each moving object contains at least one intelligent unit, and that said unit behind the wheel and control of said moving object. Looking at them all as they speed by, knowing how life can be, it is amazing to me that there aren't more people that just say fuck it and take a leap off the edge. But thank goodness it doesn't work out that way most of the time. Thank you. This is Colin's Drone Meditation. I hope you've enjoyed water, rock, and moving.